We're set for a big women's futsal Supa-Liga WA matchup tonight as top of the table Cockburn Bulls take on the third place West Coast Cobras. Cockburn come in riding the confidence of a 6-4 win over South Perth Alliance, while the Cobras are looking to bounce back after a 6-3 loss to Rockingham Cambio Cumbre. First, third, both with plenty to prove. It should be a good one. And it's Mariana Tabane starting alongside Samantha Brady, Claudia Heinzel, and Alyssa Van Herk for the Wolves, with Amalia Caceres in goal. Van Herk with an opening for a 1-0 Tabane. Rebounded off of her and didn't find its way through. For the West Coast Cobras, the starting lineup is Robinson in goal with Crystal Jade Brooke, Sophia Papalia, EJ Silva, and Frankie Murray Hocking. And Cockburn are the team to beat at the moment in the women's competition. They are playing very well, undefeated so far, and are coming off a winter season championship. So Cobras with a real test upon them this afternoon, as Murray looks for Papalia down the line. It comes upfield to Tabane. Ball to the wing. Heinzel couldn't reach it. And it will roll through for a Cobras keeper possession. Robinson rolls out short. Silva to Murray. Dangerous ball in the centre. Given away. Van Herk with a real opportunity. But Robinson gathers. Papalia. Tries to pick out Murray Hocking. Tabane on the break. Just looked to slip it outright to Heinzel. Couldn't do so. Brooke in the centre. Pass is intercepted. Heinzel. Van Herk looking for the back post ball. Van Herk on it again here. Samantha Brady. Van Herk turns nicely. And another shot, but not a well-connected one there from Van Herk. Comfortable for Robinson, but Cockburn knocking on the door early with a couple of decent chances right in front of goal. Once they get their foot going through the ball, you can see them scoring quite early on in the affair. Brady, former West Coast Cobras player, good challenge Murray Hocking. Cobras are on the break. But Papalia was halted in her tracks by Alyssa Van Herk. Side ball for those in green. Far side of the court, Murray Hocking. Brooke being pressed back to goal, so too Murray Hocking. Van Herk knocks it through behind the byline, and Robinson will get the Cobras back underway. It's poor throw in the centre. Tabane got in front, but Papalia did well to recover. However, couldn't keep it in play. Tabane in the middle finds Sam Brady, looks for the return ball. Murray Hocking. Silva has to be quick there, almost using the whole 4 seconds. Brooke, a little scoop, not going to trouble Caceres. Caceres headed down by Norman. He's just checked on for the West Coast Cobras. Van Herk in the middle to Sam Brady. Brady looking for Van Herk. And now upfield to Tabane. Brady back to Mariana Tabane. Heinzel in the centre. Van Herk tries to spin. Gets something on it, but wasn't enough ultimately as Valletta comes on for the Cobras. Robinson, long throw. Headed clear by Brady. Papalia in the middle to Silva. Back upfield to Papalia. Letter. Norman under pressure here. And manages to maintain possession for the Cobras. She looks in the middle. Silva under a high press from the Wolves. Brady looking for Claudia Heinzel. Brady back to Heinzel. Now it's Mariana to Bain. Little dink into the centre. Van Herk for Brady. Cuts in on the left. And has an effort on goal as Robinson looks to catch Caceres off her line. It's Tina Campos getting ready to come on for the Wolves. Big player to start on the bench, so despite making a first substitute, the Cockburn Wolves are definitely going to up their quality once she comes on the field, and it's not going to be good news for the West Coast Cobras, who only have the two on the bench this afternoon. Bit of miscommunication there. So Bain does well to collect it. Lovely ball. Van Herk with a real opportunity. Looks to cut it back across the face to Tabane. Cobras cut the chance out well. And Brady puts it into touch. Murray back on. Murray back for Valletta. Nice pass to Norman. Brilliant 1-2. Murray's in behind. And a little bit late on Caceres, but she was going for the ball. However, the foul has been awarded. Cockburn Wolves don't have a backup goalkeeper on the bench, so they're really going to need Caceres to be tough. However, if she does have to sub, Tina Campos is a pretty good goalkeeper. An unfortunate challenge. You can see Valletta playing the ball through, and Murray Hocking definitely had a chance at getting something on the end of it and just tried to tow it beyond Caceres, who got there first, and she was caught late. Jose Galindo has come onto the court to help her out, and she's sitting up right now, which is a better sign. As she gets to her feet and looks okay to continue. So a free kick for the Wolves, first foul of the game. As Tina Campos enters the field, she gets her first touch on the ball almost immediately. It's a brilliant ball into the pivot, who back rolls it to Campos. And it's deflected wide, corner for Cockburn. Mariana to Bain, brilliant pass, taken first time by Brady. Blocked by the West Coast Cobras defence, who are breaking forward. Norman looking for Valletta at the back post. It was cut out well by Tabane. Now Cockburn can settle in possession. Tabane trying to find Campos. Norman looked into the middle. Tabane. Brady. Van Herk. Little jink down the line. Taken quickly by Brooke, who hits it into the face of Van Herk accidentally. We'll get restarted with a drop ball, who, for the West Coast Cobras, Van Herk will make way to the bench. As Kate McAuliffe comes on for her first taste of the action for the Wolves. Brooke trying to pick out Murray. as Brooke Burdett on now also. So Tavane, and well, Tavane is the only remaining of the starting four on the court for the Wolves. Cobras have rolled through a round of subs, but they've obviously got a few less subs on the Wolves, so they've got to keep them going quickly. Campos. Tavane cuts inside well, uses the block from Campos to her advantage. A side ball for the Wolves, which will be taken by Kate McAuliffe. Nice pass into the centre. Burdett down the line to Tavane. Campos. McAuliffe. Let's fly. Blocked by Brooke. Still alive for the Wolves, though. Tavane has possession. Now it's Campos. Decisive pass, trying to find McAuliffe, who just let it roll underfoot. As Fletter makes way to the bench, it's Papalia who re-enters the field of play. And Robinson just looking long. As Thea Moithes, Australian under-17s international in the outdoor game, checks on for her first to the game for the Wolves. She replaces another Australian international in the futsal game, Mariana Chabane. Here's Moithes for her first involvement. And it's now Brooke Burdett. Back to Moithes. Moithes looked inside for McAuliffe, but didn't quite catch the pass as she would have liked to. Cockburn Wolves turn possession over, but will step up with the high press. Cobras using the goalkeeper to break pressure. Robinson, dangerous ball in the centre. Will fall for Campos. Back roll around the corner. Robinson in the end, who distributes short to Brooke. Bit of a hospital ball. Didn't really have options. Don't know if she wanted it there, Brooke, but nevertheless puts it out for that other side ball, for which the Wolves will take. Campos. So Moithes, who's dictating play in the fixer space for the Wolves. Moithes gets it back again. Now it's Brooke Burdett. Back to Moithes. McAuliffe. Looking for Campos. Pass cut out by Murray. Papalia. Good footwork. Tries to slip it through to Murray. Papalia still going. Campos with a second interception. Burdett under pressure here. So too McAuliffe. Murray wins it up high. On the floor, and McAuliffe comes away with it. Cockburn on the break now. 3 against 2. Oh, to the back post. Couldn't find the run of McAuliffe. As Folletta comes back on for the Cobras. She was not off for long. Robinson back to Silva, who's stuck in a bit of a phone box here, and it's given away, but Brooke fires over. Robinson. Short for Murray, who's got her back to goal, but helps it around the corner nicely, looking for Papalia. Sent out by Brooke Burdett.
Where you are, good.
Upfield it comes for Folletta. Nice first time ball to the wing. Murray under a bit of pressure, but does really well. Slips it through to Silva, who was unable to get there in time. Caceres with the ball in hand. Plays it short for Campos. In the centre, McAuliffe. Good tackle. Now the break's on for the West Coast Cobras. Silva's going to get a sniff here. Keeps it alive. Squares it for Folletta, who finishes kindly into the back of the net. It's 1-0 to the West Coast Cobras. Good play from EJ Silva to put it on a plate for Folletta. Player of that quality wasn't going to miss from that range. Nothing much Amalia Caceres could do. And the Wolves will want a prompt response. It's Dakota Van Vugt, who dribbles out of play. press employed from the Wolves. Cobras trying for options. Van Vaart pressing high. So too McAuliffe. Lovely ball around the corner. Falletta, Norman holds up well. Returns it for Falletta. He gives it away. McAuliffe just about keeps it in, but it's picked up by Papalia. Royard Norman. Cross-court ball to Silva. Nice from Silva. He'll hold possession for the Cobras. Papalia. Just about gets it off to Falletta in the centre to Norman. Poor ball back from Norman really. Almost one back by Van Vaart, but the Cobras get it back off of her though. Falletta. Silvala pass. Picked up by Moises. Now it's McAuliffe. Back for Campos. Moises into the feet of Campos for the equaliser. Didn't strike it cleanly. Comfortable for Robinson as Papalia in a tussle with McAuliffe, and Ranieri checking on for her first minutes of the game for the West Coast Cobras. It's a late arrival and will give some much needed legs on the bench. Through the legs went Campos, but wasn't able to get around the outside of it. Ranieri to Falletta. Norman, Ranieri. First time ball looking for Falletta was mishit. Caceres. It's Tana Campos. Moises. Van Vaart. Long ball forward in search of McAuliffe. As Norman makes way to the bench, it's Crystal Jade Brook back on field. Brook does well. Goes for her legs that time around though. Chance for the Wolves. Ranieri with a good interception. Ranieri driving forward. Throwing the challenge was Campos, who gets beyond Ranieri and fires an effort on goal. It's earned the Wolves a corner, and Moises makes way to the bench. Mariana Tabane back on. Dummied for Campos, who didn't catch it cleanly. Almost hitting Mariana Tabane there with the shot as Frankie Murray back on field for those in green. It's a delightful throw from Robinson. Falletta, good first touch, just got a little bit away from her though. Ranieri, Falletta, dribbles out of play as McAuliffe off to the bench. It's Alyssa Van Hert back on field for the Wolves. Campos. Van Hert. To Bain. Van Vaart. Long ball Van Hert. Well intercepted by Falletta. Van Hert putting it off Murray. Or fell a little bit short in search of Tabane though. Ranieri does well. Murray. Delightful pass, and Falletta caught it on the volley. But couldn't steer it goalward. Van Hert. Sorry, it's Tabane rather to Campos. Van Hert in the pivot space. Campos tries to get through a few. Good idea with the pass from Brook. The diagonal was cut out. Now a chance on the break for the Wolves. Robinson does well to field. Silva. Murray. Still going Murray. Good strength shown. Looks for the ball to the back post. And it will be a free kick after there was no advantage.
Five, please. Five. Thank you.
Murray laid off for Brooke, who lets fly. And with that, the Wolves call for a timeout. They're down 1-0 and looking to regroup, so we'll take a short break as both sides reset. Stay with us. Set to restart. Let's see if they can turn this deficit around before the break. It's Campos finding Van Herk, whose touch was heavy. Back to Campos, however. In the centre to Bain. Van Herk for Brady. And now it's Tyner Campos. Switch of play to Van Herk in the centre, finding Brady. Back to Van Herk. Now to Bain. Campos. Looks for the diagonal pass to the back post for Brady. To Bain. Brady in the centre. Van Herk looks to spin, lays off the Campos. That's a better effort. Robinson saving well. Short for Murray. Strong for options for Letta. Letta. Robinson. Papalia. Good press from Brady, who sends it over the touchline. Robinson. Silva. Finding Falletta. Murray. Back to Falletta. In the centre. Papalia. Nice one too. Cobras break the line. Falletta. Straight at Caceres. That time around, it's a good save. And the Cockburn Wolves are on the counter-attack now. Brady. To Bain. For Campos. In the centre. Van Herk out-muscles Falletta, and the foul has gone away of those in green. Brooke, Ranieri under pressure here. Good win by Van Herk, who takes Ranieri on and finds the bottom corner well. It's 1-1. It's a brilliant left-footed finish by Alyssa Van Herk, who finds the equaliser with 4 left on the clock in this first half. Cockburn Wolves with a good high press. Ranieri strong for options, turning possession over. And the Wolves were ruthless. Can they snatch another and send themselves into the lead before the break? Papalia for the immediate response. Good shot on the turn. A good high press coming in. Cobras have got themselves a corner. Supa-Liga, the left footer, is the one taking it. Dummied for an area who shoots on a non-preferred and just over the crossbar. Campos. To Bain, driving forward quickly. Brady to Bain, left for Campos. Campos looked in the centre for Tabain. Supa-Liga almost dispossessed his last player. Supa-Liga does well, shoots from distance, blocked by Campos. Ranieri will mop up at the back for those in green. Supa-Liga trying to turn beyond Van Herf, but can't. Tabain gets beyond Brook. Well, back post ball cleared off the line by Ranieri. And on the follow-up, Tabain puts it just over the crossbar. New substitutions for the Cobras. It's Norman coming on with Valletta as they look to tie toward the end of this first half. Campos. And that puts down the line. The pass was offline. Walk into the middle, looking for Norman. Picked up by Campos. Now Brady. Nice switch of play. A little dink over the top. Robinson gets there first though. Murray, high press from the Wolves. Cobras playing with fire here. It's turnover to Bain. Campos to put Wolves in the lead here. Van Herf goes sliding. Campos to Bain. That rolls it for Campos. To Bain. Kicks it over the top for Campos. And with the scissor kick, it was on target, but Robinson got the right hand to it. To Bain. Burdett. Brady. Valletta. That's 4 seconds. Took too long to dispose of the ball off the line. He's also going to get it here. To Bain. Around the corner and the return. It's put in the bottom corner. It's Mariana to Bain who puts Cockburn Wolves in the lead. Nothing Robinson could do. It was a great ball into the pivot, which was fed back into Tabain's feet. And the Cobras were up only moments ago, but now trail 2-1. Full the time out to try and regroup themselves and not let this get any worse before the break. We will be back with you shortly.
Futsal WA has social futsal competitions 5 nights a week, Mount Lawley and West Perth. Whether you're an individual or have a group of mates who want to play, there's a junior, men's, women's or mixed competition that will suit you. Contact us to get involved in futsal, an action-packed sport and the fastest growing sport in Australia.
And we're back. Cobras are about to get us underway as they look to find something after the timeout. They started off the game quite well, but the lack of subs on the bench is costing them as they tire, and the Wolves are looking all the more dominant as play goes on. Valletta looking for Murray. Ball just rolling out of play. Back for Tabane. Burdett. Now Brady. Van Herk. Looks for the switch. Didn't quite come off. Robinson. In the centre, Silva. Valletta. Pass to Flex. Murray was caught late. That's a free kick for the Cobras. Valletta standing over this one. Has Silva in space on the near side. Down the line it goes to Murray, who looks to square it to Silva. Valletta has a drive, but nowhere near the goal. For the naturally aspirated left footer, it came to an unpreferred on an awkward angle. Norman heads into the path of Robinson. No, I was wrong. Valletta's definitely right-footed. That's a nice move, but it's given away. Van Herk on the break. Good challenge, Murray. Still alive for the Wolves to Bain. Good save down low from Robinson. Left for Brady. Back down to Burnett. Squares it, looking for Van Herk, but nothing doing. Norman off. It's Papalia. He's back on field. Robinson. For Murray, he launches it long, trying to pick out the runner Silva, but just going beyond it. In the centre it comes to Bain, turns and goes. Van Herk is off to Bain, and it will be a side ball for those in green who are lacking a target option. They're getting pressed out of the back and they've got no one up high to hit. I guess Silva's occupying that space at the moment, but it's not easy when you've got a quality defender like Burdett. So that one's turnover again. Murray just sends it into touch. Balia's probably the best option they got in that pivot space to try and hold the ball up. I want to see this one out at least until the break without damage getting any worse. Murray hits the deck. Papalia does enough to find Silva. That's better, but the return ball was inaccurate. Nice feet from Brady, who bursts down the wing. And it's sent out of play by EJ Silva. Comes upfield to Bain. Back down the line to Brady. To Bain again. And the 1-2 is delightful, but the touch was too heavy before the finishing touch from Mariana to Bain. A long throw looking for Valletta. This is where she's dangerous. Comfortable for Caceres. Caceres for Brooke Burdett. Now Brady. To Bain into the centre, Alyssa Van Herk. Burdett, looking for Brady. Ball was offline. A minute until the break. Silva. You can see she's strong for options there and just poking that one into the back of Brady. In the centre to Brooke. Brady. Almost kept it in. McAuliffe back on for the Cockburn Wolves. A young side on for them at the moment. A bunch of youth prodigies and Mariana Tabane. One of the youth prodigies is winning up high, and it's a brilliant finish from Sam Brady, who doubles the lead. Robinson for a moment thought she did enough getting a hand on it, but it ricocheted off the post and trickled in. And Cockburn Wolves are up 3-1 before the break. After being down at the 6-minute mark of the match, or with 6 minutes to go in the half, I should say, they've really turned it around in the final quarter of the first half. And they could get another here. McAuliffe has the honour on a Theo Moites to her right and uses a back post. Is open for Brady, but Moites couldn't get that. Robinson, Tabane gets in front with plenty of space, and that'll be a goal. Almost. It's the corner. Just scuffed it perhaps a little bit, Tabane, and didn't get any height on the shot, but nevertheless, a corner. Still another chance to work another shot on Robinson's goal. And they look for the volley. The pass is overhit. 21 seconds left in this first half. 21 seconds left for Cobras to see it out, as you can tell they're dying for a break. Unless they can pull one back before the half's conclusion. They've got the ball further forward than they've been used to throughout this match. And a side ball on the far side of the court in an advanced position. And perhaps a chance for Brady. In fact, it's Brooke to work it to the back post. Picked up by McAuliffe, 2-on-1. McAuliffe goes alone. And Robinson denies. 10 seconds left in the half. In the centre it comes to Tabane, and it's 4-1. Wolves with 2 in a minute. And Tabane with a touch of class. It's a comfortable lead that the Wolves are going to take into the break, and a really commanding concluding performance from them in the last couple minutes of this first half sees the Cobras with a massive job to do. Valletta can't get beyond Moites. See us out for the first half. The Wolves will be the happier of the two sides, taking a 4-1 lead into the break, as they showed good resilience to overturn a 1-goal deficit early on in the match. So we'll go to a couple of short ad breaks and be back with you in just a moment with all the action from the second half.
Futsal WA has social futsal competitions 5 nights a week, Mount Lawley and West Perth. Whether you're an individual or have a group of mates who want to play, there's a junior, men's, women's or mixed competition that will suit you. Contact us to get involved in futsal, an action-packed sport and the fastest growing sport in Australia. Futsal WA has social futsal competitions 5 nights a week, Mount Lawley and West Perth. Whether you're an individual or have a group of mates who want to play, there's a junior, men's, women's or mixed competition that will suit you. Contact us to get involved in futsal, an action-packed sport and the fastest growing sport in Australia.
Let's go, girls.
For the second half, Cockburn Wolves take the court holding a 4-1 lead. A strong first half showing has put them in control. Let's see if they can keep that momentum rolling or if the Cobras have a response ready. I'm not sure what's happened there. Perhaps the time didn't start correctly. The hooter went.
You just want to get home, hey Tom? Jesus Christ.
Fletcher. Nice turn from Silver. A real chance now for the Cobras. Rebounds off Caceres. It's cleared away by Campos. In the centre.
Clock doesn't start till they're 5.
Possession changes hands. Cobras take it quickly. Papalia cleaned up well by Campos, who was hot on her heels immediately. Another whistle goes. I'm not sure what for. Brooke, Falletta, to the ball in the centre. Brooke pokes it through. McCullough finds Moithes, who had Campos to her left, but it was well intercepted by Falletta. Nice pass to Papalia. Falletta, back to Papalia. Brooke, down the line to Falletta. Tries to take it beyond Van Vugt.
Crystal, next one.
Falletta. Decent effort from Brooke. Almost catching Amalia Caceres out there. She got enough on it to palm it over the bar as Murray Hocking comes back on for those in green. Papalia with a good effort on goal. And it's another corner for the Wolves. Well saved, Caceres. Falletta. Another corner for Cobras. Cobras have started off this second half much better than they ended the first half. Nevertheless, the Wolves are on the break now. Moithes has support. McAuliffe looked to feed it through to Campos. Flicked in the centre. Campos. For Van Vaart. Right idea trying to find McAuliffe there, but the pass was perhaps a little astray. Robinson looks for the long throw. Put out of play by McAuliffe. Ball to the back post. Murray couldn't direct it on target. Campos. Van Vaart. Down the line to Moithes, who skips beyond Murray. But couldn't apply the finish. Silver off to the bench. It's Sarah Ranieri on field for her first taste of the action in this second half. Murray didn't catch it well. Trying to shoot it out of play, but it's lost out. Campos. Good stop. Campos again. This time missing. Robinson. Valletta. Can't find anybody with the pass. Amalia Caceres. In the centre. Moithes. Out wide for Van Vaart. Back to Moithes. Van Vaart again. Gives it away. Valletta. Goes for a run. Looks to play it down the line, but nothing doing.
Keep that arcing run.
Long throw, good interception, Ranieri, 3-on-2. Papalia couldn't quite control it. McAuliffe, Murray gets it there first. Header from Campos, Murray just about keeps it in. Norman. Valletta takes it beyond McAuliffe nicely. Cobras breaking forward. Norman. Valletta slowed it down. Ranieri forcing the save out of Caceres. Papalia, ball to the back post. Norman didn't know where it went for a moment there. Valletta. Moithes losing out. Valletta. Ranieri. Valletta. Norman.
Good Roy, well done.
Ranieri back to Valletta. Ball out wide, Papalia. Valletta.
Love that, time.
Down the line, Papalia. Back to Valletta. Looks for Ranieri! And it's an own goal! Cobras pull one back. And they get the reward for the good start to the second half that they've had. Papalia making way to the bench. It's Crystal Jade Brooke who comes back on field. To Bain. Campos. Great pass. McAuliffe couldn't direct it goalward, but it was a great idea from China Campos. Robinson, Valletta, under pressure here, does well though. Brooke, Valletta, to Bain. And it's gone through Robinson. They restore the 3-goal buffer to Bain with a hat-trick. Brooke. Valletta. It's looked really good. Isabella Valletta showing all her quality this afternoon. She's been the brightest spark for the West Coast Cobras and has dictated a lot of the play. Norman battling forward in the centre. Ranieri down the line to Norman. Comes back for Tabane. Brady. Mariana Tabane. Campos. Drives inside. Campos lets fly. Good block, Brooke. Campos. Tabane has plenty of space. Opted not to shoot first time. Back out to Campos, who rolls inside, hits the woodwork, and on the follow-up, it finds its way through. It's 6-2 to the Wolves, who have got their biggest lead of the match.
Number 23, guys. No.
Brooke. Awkward touch from Brooke, but makes up for it with a good recovery challenge. Tabane. Brilliant pass. Van Herk spins. Well defended by the Cobras, though. Brady. Campos, little flick down the line. Robinson claims. Murray's all alone. Papalia, surely now. Caceres is way off her line. Papalia cleared off the line by Campos. And on the follow-up, Papalia puts the effort wide. Well defended by the Wolves. Campos with a brilliant goal line block. He's going to get on it going forward now, potentially Campos. Van Herk opted not to use her. Went to Brady instead. Brady twisting and turning, evading pressure. Tabane cuts in on the right. Nice parallel flip from Brady. Corner ball for the Wolves. It's dummied up the line for Campos, and that was venomous. Blocked by the West Coast Cobras defence. Robinson would have been worried for a moment. Robinson. Nice pass to Brooke. Brooke does well, slices it through. Caceres gets there before Papalia can. Brady to Van Herk. Back to Brady. To Bain. Van Herk back to Tabane. Van Herk once more. Does well. Brady shifts inside. Tabane back to Brady. Tabane. Campos. Van Herk. Little dink down the line. Brady goes down. Nothing called by the referee. Awkward clearance from Brooke, but falls kindly for Papalia. They look for the ball into the pivot, but it's only as far as Campos. Van Herk. Across to Campos. Brady. Tabane. Campos. Pass was blocked by Murray, who shooted out of play. Papalia under pressure here from Van Herk. Robinson. It will be that other corner for the Wolves. Up the line for Campos. Good block on the follow-up again, Campos. Almost identical to the goal she scored moments before, but this time the follow-up shot goes over the crossbar. Silva, Murray. Got a tired legs out there for the Cobras, you can tell. Tabane can punish, and it's in for 7. Attempted a goal line clearance by Murray. Didn't go as planned and couldn't do enough to keep it out as she got a little bit tangled up in the net. And the Cockburn Wolves are playing really good futsal and showing why they've got a commanding lead at the top of the table. Murray, Moises, Van Herk, still going Van Herk, Moises, nice footwork, keeps it alive, centres it for Tabane who can pull the trigger, but Robinson doesn't have to make the save this time around. Herfalia, nice ball, Murray, surely now, he slipped it through Caceres and pulled one back for 7-3. Tabane, Burjack, Moises, Tabane, Moises, back to Tabane, Burjack, Tabane on it once more, gets beyond Murray, Moises cuts inside, good save Robinson, she was half a metre out of position but did just enough to get there in time. Harry not taking any risk, just sending that one away. Tabane. Van Herk back to Tabane. Little dink down the line, looking for Moises but couldn't find her. Oh, that's a poor giveaway and a chance for Van Herk, who tries to run the goalkeeper, but dribbles it out of play. A big let off for the Cobras. It really should have been 8. Norman trying to get on the end of the throw. Tabane did enough to send it into touch. Poor ball from Norman this time. He's picking these side balls apart from the Cobras, and now they're in possession once more. Burdett. Moises. Nice feet from Moises is what you'd expect from a player of that caliber, however, and she's got space for an effort on goal. Couldn't beat Valletta though. Crystal Brook back on for the Cobras. Trying to take it beyond Van Herk. They look for the 1-2. It's fallen to Moises. Van Herk back to Moises. Through the legs. Might open up for Burdett. Doesn't quite. Valletta plays it off Burdett. And Robinson can regain possession. Robinson short for Norman. He's under a lot of pressure here in the centre. Makes his way out for Crystal Jade Brook. Valletta. Norman. That's an effort on goal. Burdett. Tabane. Back to Burdett. Tabane. Van Herk tries to take it beyond Ranieri and does. Ball out wide, but Robinson does well. Releases Valletta quickly. That's Norman to her left. Valletta goes alone and fires one on goal. Good save, Caceres. Moises in the corner under pressure, does well to stay composed. So too Tabane, who loses out in the end. The shot comes in, but it's well wide. Campos coming on to play fly goalkeeper. We'll see how this goes.
Actually, no, swap pivot. Can you go top?
Getting some practice in a game that they are quite comfortable in the Cockburn Wolves, but you never know when they could be down and they might need to pull it out. Campos hasn't come off her line yet. You wonder if Caceres is injured perhaps, and maybe it's not a tactic from the... Whoa! What a finish from Moises! That's amazing. Caught that as sweetly as possible and just flew into the bottom corner to make it 8-3. Cobras get the timeout they were after. And the Cockburn Wolves, well, it's going to be a happy timeout break for them as they are 5 goals to the good. And just off the back of probably the goal of the game so far, we will be back with you shortly. And we're back after the timeout break, which was scored by the Cobras, who will restart from kickoff after that brilliant finish from Theo Moises to make it 8-3. Murray couldn't quite keep it in play. Mariana Tabane. Campos into fly goalkeeper now are the Wolves. Campos trying to direct traffic. Oh, that's a nice pass. Campos! Let's fly, but it's wide of the target. Murray sends it long.
Easy, go. And stop. Open him.
Tabane. Moises. McAuliffe. Good interception for Letta. And they test Campos in net. Murray. Silva. Nice footwork. Has Murray. In fact, it's Brooke. She just misses. Campos made herself big and did enough to close down the angle and put Brooke off for the shot. Moises. Mariana Tabane. Back to Moises. Ball down the lines. Good. And across the face it goes. No one there and great a finish. Robinson. Short for Crystal Jade Brooke. Now it's Silva. Murray. Little dink. Gonna run through to Campos. He's gonna look to get involved with the fly goalkeeper now. Campos playing on the broadcast wing. Here she is now. Good ball down the line. Back upfield to Campos. Mariana Tabane. Campos. Burdett. Campos again. Tabane. Moises. In the centre, Burdett. Campos. Looks for the diagonal. It's a good pass. And Burdett had an open goal. But she did not catch it well at all. Corner to come for those in grey. Upfield to Tabane. Now it's Campos. Back to Tabane. Moithes down the line and through. Almost finished off there by the Wolves. It's another side ball in their favour though. Burdett, Campos, Moithes, Tabane. Given away, Silva with an empty net. Didn't strike it cleanly. Brady comes on, Burdett making her way to the bench. Brady, Mariana Tabane. Looking for McAuliffe and gets to her in the end. McAuliffe! In at the near side. Valletta. Gives it away, Valletta. Brady. Back for McAuliffe. Now it's Mariana Tabane. Moithes. Brady. McAuliffe. Cuts inside. Winery kicks her pocket though. Brooke driving forward. Looks to slip it in through to Ranieri. Moithes couldn't find Tabane. Valletta. Palia. Switcher played to Ranieri. It's inside for Valletta. Good idea with the pass. Tana Campos. Brady. Moithes. Brady. Back to Moithes. 6 minutes left in the clash. Van Herk down the line. Sam Brady. Upfield it goes to Van Herk. Now it's Theo Moithes. McAuliffe. Valletta, Ranieri, in for Brooke. Well defended by McAuliffe. Valletta, Norman. One off of her by Brady. He slips it through for Moithes. Moithes working in a phone box. Still has it though. Gets beyond everybody. Surely this couldn't end up in an assist. It was brilliant from Moithes. Very nearly finding the ball in the centre to Brady. Campos high off her line, playing the fly. Goalkeeper again. Given away, Norman. Couldn't finish. Cuts inside. Space for Campos to potentially think about a shot. Moithes back to Campos. Switch of play to McAuliffe, who lets fly. Robinson saves. Goals open. Decent kick from Robinson, but headed away by Alyssa Van Herk. Corner for the Cobras. They'll look over the top for the volley, but probably wasn't on. Now Cockburn are breaking. McAuliffe running the whole pitch, has a runner at the back post, and she finds Brady, who finishes into the empty net to make it 9-3. Brilliant assist by Kate McAuliffe. Two former Cobras players doing damage against their old club. But no celebration from Brady in showing respect. Murray looked to go for a run. Moithes. Van Herk. Van Herk has plenty of time on the ball. Looks to go for a run of her own. Tried to thread it through to Theo Moithes. Murray, awkward touch. Brooke. In the centre, Papalia. Robinson. Good throw. Papalia looks to slip it inside. Still going Papalia. Side ball for those in green. 3 minutes left on the clock. Brooke. Nice pass over the top. Brady does well to keep it in. Keeps it in on the goal line, or on the byline, I should say. And the shot comes in from Van Herk, but is blocked by Brooke. Cockburn moves into fly goalkeeper again. Now Van Herk! Don't worry about the fly goalkeeper. They found the ball in the centre. Van Herk shot on the spin and found the bottom corner really well. Wolves have hit double digits and the margin is at 7 goals now. Brooke. Murray. Nice back roll to Silva. Silva pressing high. Brady keeps it in play, uses Campos. Pokes it through for Van Vugt, who isn't going to be able to get there and keep it in. Robinson. Brooke, under high pressure here. Tries to get beyond Van Vugt and does. Chance now for the Cobras. Good save, Campos. Campos, short ball for Sam Brady. Down the line to McAuliffe. Back upfield to Brady. Now Van Herk, let's fly. Corner to come. Campos makes her way off her line. Cockburn into fly, goalkeeper once again. Van Herk. Campos gonna have a strike. Blocked by the backside of Brooke. Cobras are pressing hard, trying to force a turnover. Silva does well, McAuliffe. Back for Van Herk. Brady looking for Van Vugt. Van Vugt has it now. McAuliffe. Looks for the ball through, doesn't quite come off though. Murray. Brooke. 2-on-2. Brooke goes alone. Just can't quite keep it in play. Ball out wide. Van Vugt looks for the return. Silva does well. Chance for Brooke. Comfortable for Campos. Long throw over the top. Papalia. Good interception. Robinson comes out to collect. A letter back on for the closing stages of the game for the Cobras. Campos. to Mariana Tevane. Van Vacht. Campos. Nice diagonal, and on the volley, Burdett can't guide it in. Norman Valletta knocks it through. Inside the final minute of the match now. Theo Moite is back on for the Wolves. That's a brilliant pass. Robinson. In fact, it will be a side ball. Robinson giving away, and it's gone in. Cockburn Wolves make it 11. It's an 8-goal lead now, and the high press paying off. Valletta goes for a run. Norman gives it away into the middle. To Bain. Moises. To Bain. Campos. Down the line, Van Vacht. Back upfield to Campos. Campos with some nice footwork, just knocks it back for Mariana Tevane. 15 seconds. One last chance for Haas. Van Vacht. Good save, Robinson. 9.7 left in the clash. Upfield it comes to Bain. Bain, Moises. Back to Bain. Surely she's going to pull the trigger. Opts not to, as the final whistle goes. What a win by the Cockburn Wolves after being 1 goal down early. That's full time here. Cockburn Wolves run out emphatic 12-3 winners. A dominant performance from start to finish. They stay firmly on the top of the table and send a clear message to the rest of the league. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We'll be back with you very shortly when Sterling Brass will take on Perth United in the next match.